YouTube, what is good? We got a 14 KTM 500 in here. Guy brought it over. He's having a little issue with it backfiring, and he said it's taking a little bit longer to start. As you can see, if I gave it a little throttle, it should fire up. And then when you goose it, she wants to die. See? Little throttle rub. So we're gonna get that taken care of for him. When I popped this bad boy out, I took a little sniff in there, and she seems like she's got some bad gas. He wants me to check the valves on it, so I gotta pull the tank off to check valves anyways, so I'm just gonna dump this bad gas out. It smells pretty foul. It's not too bad, but it does smell a little foul, so we'll take that off, dump that out in a safe environment, dispose of it correctly, and we'll check valves. We'll see if they're out of spec or in spec. It's got about 274 hours on it, so I'm guessing they're gonna need a little bit of a shim. And when I'm talking about shims, I'm talking about these bad boys up here. Let's see, yep, here we go, KTM Shim Kit, blah, 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 blah. Pop this open for you guys if you want to take a peek at it real quick. This is what we're dealing with here. So, yeah, you want them in spec. I think exhaust is, what is it, 0.15 to like 0.2, it's like 0.17 to 0.22, and then intake's like, what is it, like 0.1 to 0.15, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it is. So we'll check. He's got a couple of parts he wants me to throw in as well. Some foot pegs, shift lever, and brake lever. So we'll get those on for him. And yeah, you know, we're just gonna get this bad boy running good for the guy. He's not happy with the way it's running right now. He just bought it, so he's only rode it once around his neighborhood, he said. So when he gets it back, it's gonna be running like it's brand new. That's what we do over here at Northwest Power Sports Repair. So yeah, boys, I'll be back at you. I'm gonna pop this seat off. You got a little 8mm bolt right here. Pop that off. Got an 8mm bolt here for the tank. Disconnect this, quick disconnect. You just press that in and pull nice and gently. Got a couple of 8mm, where are they? They should be right here for the plastic, I think. I don't know, it looks a little different, but it'll come off with the tank. I'm pretty sure we just pop that off on both sides, and then the tank will come off with the shrouds. Then we'll be down to the valve cover down here, and I think we got like 3 10mm bolts, I believe, holding it on like a little triangle. We'll pop that off. We'll get it to top dead center, and then we'll slide our feeler gauge in there. But I'll touch base with you guys when I get down there. So I'm just gonna pop this, and I'll pop the seat off, and then we'll be back with you guys. So we got a little bit of work ahead of us. We got another guy bringing a 4-wheeler and a snowmobile over pretty soon. So I'm gonna try to get this done and figure out what's going on with it, why it's not running good before he gets here, which is gonna be in about an hour. So got my work cut out for me, but what are you gonna do, you know? I'm just gonna make shit happen. So we'll see you guys soon. Peace. Yo, boys, totally forgot to show you the valves and shit while I was in here, but I just popped that off and I checked her with the feelers, and the exhaust is perfect and the intake's perfect, so that's honestly amazing for the guy. It saves him money. So I believe it's just bad gas at this point. So yeah, we got the gas out of the tank, and we're gonna fill it up with some non-eth 92, and then we're gonna see how she runs. I'm just gonna put these 4 bolts back on. It was 4, I thought it was 3. These 500s are a little bit different. And the clearance is a little bit different too. I guess it's like 12 to 17 mil on the exhaust, and then it's 1 to 15 mil on the intake, which is a little weird, but that's what they say. So the exhaust was right at 15 and the intake was right at 0.13, so honestly it's perfect. Like, you can't complain with a bike with 250 hours. That's perfect. Somebody rode this for a lot of hours and probably didn't ride it too hard, so it'll honestly be good for another 30 to 50 hours before he needs to check it again. So yeah, I'm just gonna get this put back on, and I just gotta get this valve hose on. It's kind of being a little bitch right there. I don't know if you get here. Let me get some light for you. There's a hose right here, right there, and it goes on the valve cover, and it's just really tight, so it's hard to get to, but we're getting it on there. I'm gonna go grab a big flathead and just pop it on real quick, and then yeah, I'm gonna pop this on, and then we'll put the tank back on and put some fresh fuel in it and see how it runs. So I'm hoping it just runs absolutely perfect. It's gonna take a little bit to get the old gas out of the injector and the fuel line and stuff like that, but once it's running for, you know, a couple minutes and I go buzz it up and down the road, it should be running absolutely perfect. So we'll see what happens there, and then if that's the case, I'm just gonna pop these new parts on for the guy, and then he can come pick it up either tonight or tomorrow, whatever he wants. So, which is pretty cool because he dropped it off to me like 2 hours ago, and he was stoked when I told him I could get to it tonight, because he's like, all the other dealerships are 3 weeks out before they could even look at it. So he was pretty stoked that I could look at it today for him, which I'm sure in a couple months I'm gonna be, you know, 2-3 weeks. Getting some units dropped off, boys. Got a sled. Guy claims she does not run. Oh, we got a 4-wheeler. Not sure what's going on with it. Something with the shifter or something. Yes, sir. Just took this bad boy out for a quick rip. Got some fresh fuel running through the system, and she's a fire-breathing monster. So yeah, she runs good now. A little bit of bad gas. So I'm not pleased with how it's running at all. The new fuel definitely helped a lot, but I'm still not pleased with the idle. So I'm going to adjust the TPS. So I'll show you guys how to do that when I get there. I'm gonna pop this bolt off real quick. 13 mil. You just had 110 mil right here holding the skid plate, or right here holding the skid plate on, and it just comes off real easy. I'm gonna drain the oil. She's nice and warm, so I'm gonna do that. Put some aftermarket parts on for him while it's draining, and then I'll get some new fluid in it, and we will adjust that TPS a little bit. So stay tuned. All right, so if you guys bought some Tusk parts for your KTM, like this guy did, foot peg, brake lever, it comes with one of these, and it goes right through this hole right there, and it is supposed to bolt on. I believe it's supposed to be in replace of your washer for this. Just the way it's shaped, it fits really good right there. But the problem is, you see it's hitting the new spring that came with these new foot pegs. So these aren't Tusk foot pegs, I guess. These are I don't even know how to pronounce that, but they're really nice foot pegs. They came with extra little screws in case you lose some of these spikes. So what I'm gonna do is I marked it with a Sharpie right here, and I'm just gonna give it a little slice so that way it can sit in here flush. I've seen other people too mount them to their motor mount right down here, but you can't do that on these KTMs because they have these like weird little, I don't even know what you call it. It's like the frame's like bent to hold that nut in so it doesn't fall out. So we're just gonna give this a little slice real quick, and then we're gonna put it back on, and it should be perfect. got this TPS adjusted. It's right here. I used my little, they make this tool that you just plug in. It's like a pigtail. And so I set it. It was a little off, so it seems to run way better now. Prime that fuel pump. Anyways, she seems good. Got the pegs on and shit. Brake lever. So yeah, oil change for the guy. I'm gonna go test ride it down the road, just make sure everything's copacetic, and then we'll call him and be done.